So a little presidential campaign update here. Yeti man Bill de Blasio, Billiard de Blasio, he has dropped out of the race. He announced it on Morning Joe on MSNBC.
Well, a few days ago, I called New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio. I wanted him to come on the show to talk about a speech that he was giving a few days before in Philadelphia to the AFL-CIO. And he told me that he already had plans to be here Friday. And found out this morning you were coming. I thought you were just coming because
I like you.
Well, you like to hang out with us.
me and like being on the show.
It's like hanging out with you.
Exactly.
Fun.
Hey, talking Red Sox, everything. But you actually have a very important announcement to make.
Yeah, and Joe, let me just say up front, these last months, I've had an extraordinary experience going all over this country. And I want to tell you, I actually think it's a lot better country than what we often see portrayed. There's a lot more unity out there. There's a lot more hope. Folks don't like this moment of division and anger. They want to get by it. I'm finding that people of all ideologies want to get by it. There's a lot of activism. I think there's going to be extraordinary voter turnout. So there's really encouraging things happening in this country. And you mentioned that speech in Philadelphia. I went to talk to working people about some of the issues that I hear from them are really front and center in minds. Anxiety about the future of work. And will people have livelihoods? I'm talking about this automation issue and the fact that we have no national strategy to deal with the onslaught of automation, which literally could take away tens of millions of American jobs in the next couple of decades. So I'm proposing a plan to do something about it, to really take away the tax cuts that corporations get right now to automate jobs away. In fact, put a robot tax on big corporations to make them have to compensate so we can retrain, re-employ American workers. And that kind of message really resonates with working people in this country. So getting out there, being able to hear people's concerns, address them with new ideas, it's been an extraordinary experience. But I have to tell you at the same time, I feel like I've contributed all I can to this primary election. And it's clearly not my time, so I'm going to end my presidential campaign, continue my work as mayor of New York City, and I'm going to keep speaking up for working people and for a Democratic Party that stands for working people. And I'll just say this. I talked to a lot of folks, including a lot of labor union members, who really don't feel the Democratic Party has their back right now, and that's a lot of the story of 2016, I think. Democrats not being clear, strong for working people. A lot of working people stayed home. Some of them even drifted away. We have a chance to get it right in 2020, and that's one of the things I'm going to talk about a lot going forward. Whoever our nominee is, let's make sure we're speaking to the hearts of working people. And they know we're on their side. And if we do that, we're going to win. If we don't, this is an election that could go the other way.
Yeah, but see, Bill, that's the problem with you. And I don't mean that in, a particularly vicious way. But here you go talking about, like, well, we lost working people. We got to get working people back. Okay, so endorse Bernie Sanders. Oh, you didn't do that. Oh, you didn't do that. I wonder why. Weird. It's almost like in 2016 when you actively endorsed Hillary over Bernie. It's almost like you're being a political actor and you're doing calculations and you're not being upfront and honest with everybody. And that's the thing. So Bill de Blasio, in the debates, actually didn't do a bad job in the sense that he kind of aligned himself with Bernie Sanders and he made some pretty strong arguments. And but the thing is, that lane at this moment is obviously taken, and it's taken by somebody who's way more sincere and authentic and has the record to back it up. Bill de Blasio has a bit of a mixed record, but he has some good ideas. He just said right there, I never even heard that idea before, like a robot tax on corporations where if they move towards automation, you tax them and then you redistribute that money that you tax to the people who would have been the workers at those places. That's actually an idea that like Stephen Hawking kind of alluded to back in the day, where automation could either destroy us or it could bring about much more, leisure time, free time, and make the world a better place. So it's not that I dislike him. He actually was taking a lane in the race that wasn't horrendous, but it was full, and it's definitely not his time, and I don't know if it'll be his time in the future because the little things he did here and there that contradicted his, like, I'm, Mr. Lefty myself approach kind of ruins his credibility with people who are paying attention. And I hope that instead of waffling and instead of, sometimes creeping his way over to agree with the establishment, he actually has the courage of his convictions and does do lefty stuff from here on out. So, he should have endorsed Bernie Sanders, but then again, I'm not losing sleep over it because he has like 1% support anyway and nobody's listening to him.